Everybody, it's me, Frankie Farfist, and today I'm here ranking every single member of the vanderlinde gang in Red Dead Redemption 2's story mode. Not the epilogue, just its story mode. And this also consists of Karen and people that have joined upon the gang, that have been in the camp. So maybe Eagles Fall, Rains Fall. They do not count. And Micah's friends from Chapter 6 and American Venom and the Epilogue 2 do not count in this ranking. So, let us begin. To start off our ranking, we have Reverend Swanson, a part of the vanderlinde gang. I do not know if I like him or hate him. I don't really hate anybody in the gang besides some people that are coming up. He's just a blank character for me. The only things I really like about him was the one mission that he was in where we had to find him on the train track. That was funny. Laughed my ass off. And I liked how he kind of helped out Arthur in Chapter 6. Our next spot at number 22 goes to Molly O'Shea, who's also kind of a blank slate for me. I was starting to get used to her, and then I started hearing her and Dutch argue, and I knew something was about to happen, and then she ratted out on the gang. That's what really made me start to hate her, I swear, we could have saved Lenny and Hosea, and I'm glad that Miss Grimshaw ended up shooting her in the first mission, I think it was, of Chapter 6 Beaver Hollow. But I think it's in the Chapter 3 camp, she's like, "You be looking at a Dutch," or something like that, but you can hear it in the tent at night. Dutch is standing outside, and you can listen in. Our next spot is number 21 with Leopold Strauss. I do not like the money lending and other sins missions, outside missions. I don't really see the gain for the player. I think we might get a little bit of money, but I do not like him because I guess he didn't really know, but from the money lending and other sins in Chapter 2, we got the money from Thomas Downs, and that got Arthur sick with tuberculosis and kind of ruined the Downs family, and that's kind of sad. And in one of the missions, when we're just getting to Beaver Hollow, we're able to find Mrs. Downs, and she sees us at one of the mining cabins in Ansburg, in the mission where we bring the girl back to her home. I always decline the money because I'm a good person, but I'm putting Strauss there. Next up is Pearson. Pearson, he's not that bad for me. I feel like they only needed him in the gang because he was a camp cook. Like, he could have not been in the game, and there would have been no camp cook, and I would have been perfectly fine with that. I don't have any problems with Pearson, and that's the problem. There's no problems. He's got no problem at all, and he's just, blank. So that's, for most of these characters, that's where I'm going to put Pearson. And Miss Grimshaw, I put her a little bit above Pearson because I can see in a prequel to Red Dead 2 that she'd be very important, kind of the mother to the gang. And shooting Molly brings her up a point. So she's a little bit above Pearson just for that factor. And just for bossing everybody around. I feel like nobody would get the new camp set up without Mrs. Grimshaw helping out. Next up, we have Karen at number 18. It's sad to see how Karen dies in the game. It would have been better if they just made Karen... I feel like making Karen be the rat instead of Molly would have been at least a better death instead of dying to a bottle off screen, which is sad. But I really liked the mission, and I think it was Chapter 3 when you go back to Valentine to rob the bank. How she's a good actor and was a distraction, so me, Javier, and I think Bill were able to run in and rob it. Next up, we got Pipsqueak, aka Karen. He's good because he chose to join up with the Vanderlinde gang and leave the Driscolls behind. But his death was brutal, man. Like, just think of what they did before that. Next up, we have Mary Beth. I don't really have anything to say besides, I think it was in the credits. I was like, how she finally gets to become a writer like she wanted to be. This is going to come up with other people like Tilly. Their ending is going to be the driving factor. But Mary Beth is just a nice person in the gang, so I don't really have anything to say about Mary Beth, I guess. Just nice person, writer, female. You're nothing. Next up, we have Abigail. Abigail Roberts would have been a lot higher for a certain reason, but they're just overall mean to John Marston. He was basically kept in by Dutch, born an outlaw. That's what he knows how to do. And he took away the son for it. I'm sorry that the damn cabin between the farm, the Getty's farm, was getting attacked. So then he had to help out. You told him to get a job. Maybe his job was security. Who knows? I just don't really like Abigail. Next up, we have Tilly. I feel like Tilly is just very good. And with the whole idea of the Foreman brothers, I think they should have been involved more. Tilly would have been a lot better if she was included in a lot more missions. But she basically just wanders around camp. And we also play dominoes. I like playing dominoes. Not because I'm black, but because I am black. But that's not the reason. It's just dominoes is run in my family. And I like dominoes. Next up, we have Javier. I haven't really played much of Red Dead 2. Just being Red Dead 1. Because I'm, like, bored. And I want to get on Red Dead 2. To go hunting and stuff. So I haven't got to see his Red Dead 1. But in Red Dead 2, he doesn't do much for me. He seems like a gun in the Vanderlinde gang. That's all I see. And he does like Cubans, I think. That was a funny scene. And when he got shot in Guarma. I'm sorry, but Guarma was the worst chapter. It was so quick. It took me 2 hours to beat the Guarma chapter. The entire chapter, all of chapter 5. So, he had his time to shine, but I think that's in Red Dead 1. So, Red Dead 2 was not his game. And next up, we have Bill Williamson. Bill, I like Bill. He's kind of stupid, and that's what makes me like him. Like in Coulter, when we were robbing the train, he set up the dynamite wrong. And Arthur kind of brought that up throughout the entire game, which was funny. But I'm looking at photos of him from Red Dead 1. He looks so ugly. So he did not age well. But what got him kicked out of the army is always what I'm thinking. The Civil War, probably. What got him kicked out? Next up, at number 11, we have Sean McGuire. Sean is a little bit higher than Bill and Javier because he's a funny character and he's a complete dumbass. And he's Irish. He doesn't say asses, he says arses. It's just, the accent is so bad, it's just so good. But burning down the fields on the Braithwaites. Wait, no, that wasn't the Braithwaites, right? That was, the Grays. Yeah, burned down the Grays tobacco fields. It was the Gray or the Braithwaites. But all the missions in Chapter 3, he's basically in every single one of them. And if he would have stayed around for Chapter 4 and died instead of Lenny, that would have been great. You're going to see why Lenny is higher up than Sean. To be honest, Lenny and Sean could be completely swapped out. Either which spots. I'm just putting Lenny higher because he kind of looks like me. And because he is able to get us the best gun in the game, the bolt-action rifle. If you think differently, I'll find you and always my particular set of skills to put you out of commission. But it's really sad how he died. It's like we was going to make it out too, and then he just got shot. It's like every time I replay the game, I go into Deadeye that 1 minute before. Number 9, Tarani. I like him because of his accent. It's super funny. And he helped us get the stagecoaches, which is one of the best parts of the game. And in the mission where he got captured by the bounty hunters in the fields, that gave me the rolling block rifle. So basically, his role in the gang is not really part of the gang, just to help out the gang. So that's his placement. Number 8, Uncle. Uncle is fat, old, and lazy, which makes him funny, because most of the times you find him, he's just laying down on a wagon in the middle of camp, and you gotta kick him or antagonize him for him to wake up. So still, I guess he's got lumbago, so we can't hold him against him that much, guys. But that's where I put Uncle, is number 8. Number 7, Hosea Matthews. Hosea, if we got a Red Dead 3 prequel, I swear, he would have been perfect. Because he seems like the old grandpa telling stories kind of person, which I like. But his death was so sad. And it feels like ever since he died, Dutch went downhill. So what if Dutch died instead of Hosea? I feel like Hosea would have been able to carry the gang. Like he was a hierarchy. If he fell, then the slow decline started happening. So it's like, without him, the gang fails. So that's where I'm putting him at number 7. Because if we had more missions, kind of like father-son missions, kind of like the bear hunting and the fishing and that one mission, he would have been higher up. But I need to have at least one female up high like this. So it's between him and the next person coming up. They're both interchangeable. It's Sadie Adler. I really like her storyline from going from kind of like a widow, not really a killer, to basically being one of the ones that led the gang. Like, if it was her, John, and Arthur that went up against Micah, Micah would have been dead easily. And becoming a bounty hunter and helping John find where Micah is in the epilogue 2 just brings her up a notch. I really don't know what she's doing, but if we get Red Dead 3, it'd be a Sadie DLC to it. It'd be during Red Dead 1. Who knows? Wait, what if she got killed by the Pinkertons after Red Dead 2? Oh, God. Who knows? Okay, but yeah, that's where I'm putting Sadie. Sadie and Hosea are both interchangeable slots, but not Charles Smith. And number 5, Charles Smith. I don't know why I chose the least badass photo, but he is a real bad character. I like him, and he's just like me. I'm a quarter Thai, quarter native, half black, but he's half black, half native, so we're kind of in common. But I like how he uses the bow as the main weapon and the tomahawk and knife. His outfits are kind of whack, though. Because Arthur's got that drip, but if you see Arthur and Charles in, like, dark outfits walking up to you, you are so cookie-wookied. But helping me find some of the best camps in the entire game is great. And hopefully in Chapter 6... Hopefully after Chapter 6, after the Epilogue 2, he's good. But number 4, Micah Bell. Micah is just the most irritating, horrible piece of crap character, and that's what makes him perfect. He's so perfectly, horribly well written that I hate him. And that's what made Rockstar do such a great job. They tried to make the most horrible character that you want to beat up if you ever see. So that's why he's perfect. But not as perfect as Dutch Vanderlinde in number 3. Dutch, I like the slow decline where he went from a leader trying to help his people get through it to become like a crazy. I can see that he's crazy in Chapter 6. But it was pulling on my heartstrings because he is one of my favorite characters. But him just watching Arthur die and stepping on him as he's about to kill Micah in the end of Chapter 6. in the end of chapter 6 is just so depressing to me. Just watching Arthur die. But him, Jose, and Arthur are like the perfect trio. Those three could carry the entire gang. I so want to see him. I also want to play as him in the Red Dead 3 if it was a prequel. Or a sequel. I just want to be able to play as Dutch. And he's got the damn drip, dude. I kind of want that drip with the black jacket. And then number 2, John Marston. John Marston, for obvious reasons, gets number 2 because he's not as good as the number 1. I bet y'all know who it is. But he made it through Red Dead Redemption 2, turning out to become a family man from the beginning, being another one of Dutch's gunmen, but by the end, finding out that his family is more important and building Beecher's Hope. I'm sorry, but he gave us the best song in history. The house building song, 24-hour version on YouTube Music is godly. You know, I'd be bumping that as I pull up to school. But being able to play as him in the Epilogue 2, American Venom, when, the Micah's friends say, like, just use it, and he says, yeah, just me. And he's also got some other badass lines. It's just perfect. And then number 1, Arthur Morgan. Enough said. No more is needed. So thank you for watching my video ranking every single vanderlinde gang member in Red Dead Redemption 2.